Hello! In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how Dark Vlad works when you go to fight him. We're going to go over the spells, I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks that I figured out while fighting this guy, and hopefully I'm going to break this down in the easiest way possible so that you too can get your Emerald Dofus. If you could do me a quick favor, just smack that like button to show your support, it would greatly help the channel out. And if you're new here and you like Dofus PVM tips, tricks, and gameplay, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you know exactly when my videos go live. All right, let's do this. All right, the very first thing I would recommend when you go to fight Dark Vlad is you need to turn on your fight chat, because that is going to give you a hint of what he's going to do on his following turn. There's three main spells that you want to look out for. He has a couple others that he uses, but the three that you want to watch out for is one, a diagonal, which means that on his next turn, he's going to try to line up diagonally from you and do an attack. If he can't get diagonal from you, he's just going to shoot his regular attack at you, which is very small damage. The second one that he can cast is called short range. If he can get within 2 spaces of you, he's going to do a close range attack, which again, it does a lot of damage, and both the diagonal and the short range attack reduces your fire resistance by 50% every time you're hit by them, which means that the regular damage he does increases the more times you get hit. So you really want to try to watch out for that. And then the third one that he uses regularly is speed, and that's going to give him 3 extra MP on the next turn. So what you're going to do is you're going to watch that fight chat, just pay attention to the different combinations that he can throw out there. If he throws a speed and a diagonal, that means he's going to have 6 MP on the next turn, and he's going to try to line up with you diagonally. If he can't, he's just going to use all 6 MP and then also hit you with a regular attack. So let's go ahead and start this, and we're going to go through this live, and I'm going to show you the spells that you have as well and how you can try to work your way through those. All right, the spells that you have, Adore, which is a linear fire attack, 1 to 10. It's very good long distance. Your Ferocity has a higher damage but a shorter range. It's 1 to 3. Vivacity gives you an extra 3 MP to be able to move a distance. Vigor of Yesteryear, which is a heal move. Courage, which allows you to switch places with Dark Vlad, and it puts a resistance on you against his diagonal and his short range attack. And Clairvoyance, if you got the fragment, resets the cooldown on all your spells for 1 turn. Now what I like to do at the very first turn is pay attention to what he uses, because it picks your starting spot. Okay, he used short range. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3 spaces, and then his attack can hit 2 spaces out. So right here is the furthest he'll be able to hit. If I stop right here, he's going to come around this corner, and I'm going to use Ferocity on him. If you can use this on your first turn, it sets you up nicely to be able to use both attacks at the beginning, and it really helps. So he's going to use that. Okay, he casts Diagonal. So on his next turn, he's going to try to get diagonal to me. So for this turn, we're going to hit him with this. He's going to move 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. And so anywhere further back from there, and I'm going to be safe, because that's the move he's going to try to use is diagonal. So we're going to pass our turn, pay attention to what he uses next. Our Mount Pressuring, that's just his normal spell, so you don't have to worry about anything specific this turn. So what we're going to do, hit him, and try to save both your Courage and your Vivacity for turns when he's going to be able to get next to you for one of those heavy hitters. The diagonal and the short range are what you got to watch out for. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got some good distance here. We'll go ahead and move 1 more space. See what he uses next. Okay, now he used speed, but he didn't cast anything else on him. Now this can be a tricky spot because you think you gotta really worry about him getting next to you, but you actually don't yet. So you can just scoot on further back. Let's just go ahead and use a heal move on ourselves, and he's going to get right up next to us. But again, it doesn't necessarily matter that he's going to get next to us because he didn't cast any other spells for the diagonal or the short range. So he's going to hit us with just his normal spell, and he's going to get right next to us. Now he did cast speed and diagonal. Well, you may be thinking, well, great, now I can't get far enough away. This is when you want to use Courage, because you're switching places with them. We're going to run 4 spaces. Now he would still be able to get diagonal to us, but this spell puts a protection on us against the diagonal attack. So now he's just going to use his regular attack and then get next to us again. Okay, now he cast short range, which means we need to be 5 spaces away. Well, we can't get 5 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, and then he'd still be able to hit me with that. That's when you want to use this one to move a little bit further. So 1, 2, 3, he's going to be able to swing to right here, and we get our ferocity back again next turn. So we're going to try to stay just far enough away to be able to use that, depending on what he casts next. Okay, so he cast diagonal. So again, he's going to try to get diagonal to us, but he doesn't have the MP buff. So we're going to hit him with this, and we're just going to stay in a straight line with him because this is as close as he's going to be able to get. He won't be able to get diagonal with us. Now, a couple important notes that I'll throw at you right now. His diagonal can hit from anywhere on the map. So if I'm standing right here and he's clear over here, he can still hit me with that diagonal. So you got to be careful about that from a distance. Okay, he cast short range. So again, we need to be at least 5 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right here, we're going to be just fine. So we're going to go ahead and go a little further. Hit him with this. And we still have our get out of jail free card right here, our clairvoyance. So we're looking good. See what he cast? He didn't cast anything special. So we're just going to go straight forward because we get this back next turn so we can switch places with him and start running the other way. So let's just do a heal. See what he does next. Okay, he used short range, speed, and short range. Wow, he cast 4 of them that turn. But we're going to just use this because, again, that's going to block that ability for him to hit us with the short range spell. So even though he's going to be able to get close to us, he's not going to be able to hit us with anything other than just his regular attack. He didn't cast anything special, so we're just going to run out here. We're not going to worry about using any spells this turn because they're not needed. So now he's got speed and diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is where I could get to, and he could come to either of these spaces and get diagonal with us. So we're going to use this to get some more distance between us and him. That way you can't get diagonal. The biggest mistake you can make on Dark Vlad, and I made it many times myself, is trying to speed up the fight. You feel this urge to do it because you know he can hit you every turn, but he could hit you 5 or 6 times with that little 300 HP attack, and it's not going to do near as much damage or near as much harm to you long term as one of those diagonal ones. Okay, he didn't cast anything special, so we don't have to watch out for him. So we're just going to hit him with this because we're close, and we're going to just get right next to him because, again, he's just going to use his regular attack. We don't have to panic. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is we don't have to panic to try to get away from him. Okay, speed and diagonal. Now, both our vivacity and our switch space is on cooldown. There's nothing we could do. We do still have our get out of jail free cards, so we're going to cast clairvoyance. And I'm going to use this because it's going to disable his chance of being able to hit us diagonal. Because I could have used this to run further away, but since I'm on this end of the map, I want to keep all this extra space for running on the next few turns if I can. Now this, you only get to use it once, so you want to save it for one of those moments when there's like nothing you can do about it. Okay, so he cast short range, so he's going to be able to get right next to us, so now we're going to use this. Get far enough away. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, right here, and this way I can use ferocity on him next turn. Okay, he didn't cast anything special, so we'll just hit him. Run away. In fact, go right here. Speed and diagonal. Okay, here's where it starts getting a little trickier because he can get diagonal to us almost no matter what we do. So you got a choice. You can either try to heal up this turn or go ahead and do some damage to him. Now he's going to get some health back when he hits you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least this will force him to come straight down here, and we're going to try to run back out this way. Now at this point is where it comes down to basically some RNG. You got to hope that he's not going to get back-to-back things he can do to hit you because your items are on a cooldown. You've used all your attacks. He ran clear over there. What did he cast? Short range. Well, we don't have to worry about that because he's not going to be able to get all the way back over to us. In fact, our attacks are all on cooldown, so we're going to take this advantage to try to come up out of this corner. See what he casts next. All right, he cast diagonal. Now again, his diagonal works all the way across the map. So 1, 2, 3, anywhere across here, he's gonna be able to hit. So we're gonna come, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep, we're gonna come right here. The nice thing is we've gotten our courage back, and we get this back next turn. Okay, so we're gonna just let him figure out what he's gonna do next. Short range, but no MP buff. So 1, 2, 3, he'll be able to hit up to this 2 spaces. So we're gonna come right out here, because this starts to line us up to be able to use our attacks again. Okay, he didn't use anything special, so we're gonna put this on him. And remember, we got both of our moves for trying to get away from him, and I think we might have just sealed the deal on this guy. See what he uses. Short range and speed. He's got 1,500 health left. This does 1,800 damage. Get right up in his face. Boom. Now what we would have done there, if we hadn't been able to finish him off that turn, all we would have had to use is use courage to switch places, because he would not have been able to use his short range attack. He would have gotten right next to us. But then if on the next turn he tried to do it again, we would have had our MP buff spell to then try to run away out of his range again. So that's pretty much it. I walked you through the whole process so you could see the thinking there. The biggest thing you want to make sure you don't do is, 1, don't try to rush the fight. 2, try to get that first hit on him on that very second round. If you can start that right out of the gate with your short range attack, it gets you a nice head start. And 3, save your clairvoyance if you have that fragment for one of those moments when there is literally nothing you can do. You are going to hit. You at least one time can get yourself out of that situation by resetting. In fact, it's nice if you can wait until both of your attack spells have been used as well, so that not only are you clearing the timer on those 2 spells to get you out of a sticky situation, you also get both your attacks back. It feels kind of like a waste if you use that and you still had one or both of your attacks available, but you just got to kind of see what's available. I hope that was helpful for you. Again, if you could do me a huge favor and just smack that like button, I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget, if you're new here and you like Dofus PVM tips, guides, and gameplay, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you know exactly when my videos go live. All right, until next time, you all be safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one.